Hello everyone, this is Big M Unbroken, and this is, I don't know what kind of video this is, honestly, but this is basically a video of me talking about No Man's Sky, how it came to be, how it had a rough start, etc., and what it is doing now. What the hell are these guys doing? No clue, but I'm nervous. Anyway, and yes, I am talking about it as I'm playing this, just to make it a bit, interesting. But, well, first off, as you can see, I already got a... Whoa, shit. I already got a freighter of my own called, hold on. Let me pull it up. Called the Dragon's Dogma. The SSF is for the clan I'm a part of on Star Trek Online, so... Oh, by the way, hello, guys, if you're watching this. Cody's with me as well. He's part of the clan as well, so... I guess you can acknowledge that. Anyway, so No Man's Sky, how did it start? Well, it was first announced so-and-so ago when Hello Games basically came out with this new game that would be their first, I guess their first AAA title. This is me going off of rough knowledge, not actual knowledge, so forgive me if I'm being incorrect about it. If you feel like you need to correct me, well... I'll just leave the comments on so you can correct me if you will. But anyway, so they like before No Man's Sky, they came out with mediocre titles and stuff like that, like beautiful. I think it was. I forget. I honestly forget. But eventually, they came out with a new IP called, well, obviously, No Man's Sky. I think they gave it a secret project name. I'm not sure if they are the kind of company that does that, but if they did, good on them. But when they came out with No Man's Sky, they advertised it, and what people expected was kind of what we see here right now. Being able to build bases, being able to traverse the planet on vehicles. I think that was one expectation of a few percentage of players. And another being to own freighters such as the Dragon's Dogma over there. Well, they've gotten that down, but here's my personal expectation of what I thought No Man's Sky was going to be. Populated cities, or towns, take your pick. What they got right now isn't exactly what I'd call populated cities, or even towns for that matter. Governments which we can take part of, like you could literally be a politician if you wanted to be. Partaking in faction wars, etc., you know, basically being part of the bigger part of the game, which is obviously the governing body, or 3 governing bodies. I think there are 3. Well, 4 if you count the Sentinel. Basically, you got the Gek, that science race, I forget, and then you got the Viking. I think I'm going to pledge myself to the Vikings, so that might be a step forward, I guess. Whether or not that's actually what I was expecting earlier during its advertisements before it was released, I'm not sure. I've yet to see anything about that. But that's kind of what I personally expected, you know, be a part of something big in the game. Even though it's just a simple game, you should at least feel like you're a part of something big. Instead of, you know, stuff like that you would normally find in a simple game. If anything, No Man's Sky is a simplistic game, or started as a simplistic game, and then is now getting more stuff as it goes. I think, honestly, Hello Games put themselves in a position where they honestly didn't know what they were doing. I'm not sure if I'm correct in stating this, but this is probably their first AAA title game, and I don't think they realized what you had to do with such a game. And when they finally released it, obviously, as you can see, it has been labeled or nicknamed, I guess you could say, No Man's Lie, because of what they advertised. They advertised something great. They advertised something like, just something alive. And it didn't exactly come out as that on launch day. So, honestly, I can see why people are mad, and so am I, a little bit, but I don't mind at least checking up on it once in a while to see what they've improved on. And since they added planetary exploration via vehicle or exo-vehicle, whatever it's called, I forget what it's called, but since they added that, that's a step forward. Base building was definitely a step forward when they first added that. And now owning big freighters, that was actually one of my expectations. I was actually part of the percentage that expected that. And now that they've added that, I'm actually a bit more happier that they've done that. So, good on you, Hello Games. Very, 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 very good. But you still got more to add. If you want to add that whole thing I mentioned about being part of government in games and etc. etc. I mean, you're probably thinking that talking to them and learning the language is part of it, but I don't think that's enough. Unless it's in there already, but you have to learn the entire language to understand them, but I don't know. I honestly don't know if that counts. I don't think it does. But that's I guess that's a matter of opinion, I suppose. What else? I don't know if they improved on the multiplayer aspect. I mean, I know for a fact that it's not meant to be an MMO, but it is possible, though a 0 to 0.1% chance of ever seeing a player in the game. But they did enable base sharing, so someone could literally visit your base at any time and just, go there. So I guess that is a start in the right direction. Just whether or not it truly is an answer yet to be found. But honestly, I'd like to see players interact with each other more in this game. I'd like to see players form groups with each other more. Like, kind of like that of, say, Elite Dangerous. I guess that's a good example. Which, by the way, is another space game coming out in a matter of about a week. About a week, as of this video. Should I decide to upload it. But, honestly, I would like to see something of that nature, or possibly even more. It just really depends on what Hello Games is willing to do for their game. And since they've released it, it's up to them whether or not they want to do that and make something of it. They made this game. They put themselves in a position that they didn't realize was a really, really big position. And now they gotta really step up their game, otherwise it's like, what the fuck, man? But I do like what they tried to do in the first time. It was actually very nice the first time, but I did expected more. But I was quite content for a while, but then after a bit, I got bored. I really, honestly got bored. And I stopped playing it for a while, then uninstalled it. Now I've reinstalled it again to see the new updates, and I gotta say, I'm liking what I see. I reinstalled it earlier at one point to see about the base building. That went well. I kind of missed out on the exo vehicles, but now that I got it installed again, I got to see that. That's amazing. Glad they managed to put races in this game. That was actually really impressive. And I'm talking about the exo vehicle races, not so much like the GEC or anything like that. I'm talking about exo vehicle races. I'm glad they put that in there, in case players want to have fun with that. Let me see. Anything else to discuss? I'm not really sure if there's anything else to discuss other than what has already been said. But if I had to end this little thing I had to say about it, I'd have to say, Hello Games, we appreciate what you've been doing, we appreciate what you've already done, but we still need to see a little bit more out of this game, and we also want to see what you can put more in the game that we did not expect. I don't know if they're in here already, but I'd like to see at least one black hole appear somewhere, just somewhere in this vast emptiness. I would like to see that at some point during my gameplay. I travel to one star system, and it turns out there's a black hole somewhere. But if that's already there, then I probably didn't see it. Or didn't pay attention to it, or just avoided it entirely, because, black holes, singularity, gravity, crunch, crunch, crunch. Anyway, I think that's it for this video. If you think that this game should need more stuff, Feel free to express yourself down in the comments. And I should see you again in the next video, hopefully with Elite Dangerous, should I remember to upload that. This, by the way, has been my latest video after like probably weeks since the last video. I know my upload schedule is a bit sporadic at best, but I intend to keep uploading. Just, you know, I'm one of those people that uploads videos when I believe they are done or believe they are good, and I wanted to do a video like this for No Man's Sky since it has come a bit of a ways. Hopefully you guys thought this would be informative on what I thought about the game. It's basically my thoughts on the game, I guess you could say, at this point right now. And hopefully you got to have a bit of insight of your own as to how this game has come along so well. I'm actually very impressed with what Hello Games has managed to put together, so good job, Hello Games. Keep up the good work. And as for you, my viewers and subscribers alike, hope to see you in the next video, and possibly Elite Dangerous. I will see you guys next time. See ya, Space Cowboys.